March of 2003 because we were told by this government that it was in our national security interests, that the people of Iraq wanted to be liberated. Well, 8 years later, there's over 1 million Iraqis who have been killed, more who have been wounded, 5 million refugees, an entire generation of children, of young people, of students who will be psychologically traumatized for the rest of their lives, for the shock and awe, and for the slaughter that was imposed upon them. Almost 5,000 soldiers were dead. Tens of thousands came home in wheelchairs. 1,500 soldiers have died in Afghanistan alone. Now, what are these wars about? We have to be clear. The war in Afghanistan, just like the war in Iraq, is not about building democracy. It's not about keeping us safe here at home. It's about controlling oil and natural gas reserves for billions of dollars in profits for a couple of billionaires sitting at the top. Now, if U.S. soldiers on the front lines in Afghanistan or in the bunkers in Iraq, if you took a poll and you said, how many of you have parents who are CEOs in oil companies? How many of you own stock in the defense contractors? Sisters and brothers, the answer would be 0. When the rich want to make a war, they use the people who can't afford to go to college, who can't get a job, who can't have a place to live, who can't have health care for their children. That's who they use. And that's why we say that everyone in the military has the right to refuse to fight in Iraq and Afghanistan, and that's what they should do. There are those who have said, I've heard it 1,000,000 times, that protesting doesn't work, that we should look to the politicians, that we should vote, that protesting doesn't do anything, that taking to the streets don't do anything. Well, now, sisters and brothers, we have a one-word response for that. Egypt! Egypt! Egypt showed us that it's the people that have the power. The politicians have nothing. Even the most entrenched rule of the rich, with a brutal police force, with billions of dollars in military fundings, this most entrenched billionaire dictatorship, they could not last 2 weeks when the people took to the streets and demanded change.